Son, we love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes. Our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them always. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by your enlightenment. Biafra, Biafra, shining forever.
In the heart of Biafra's land, where courage blooms, Mazinamdi Kanu stands, defying darkened tombs. A beacon of hope, a voice unyielding. He fights for justice, freedom, heart's true healing. Mazi Asume Sumwe Kwensu, your spirit ablaze, guiding your people through the tumultuous mazes. From prison walls you sing defiance and truth, a symphony of liberation, unwavering in you. Freedom, freedom, let it echo across the hills, where rivers flow and dreams ascend, where hope fulfills. Biafra's anthem rises, carried by winds so strong, a melody of resilience, a battle cry, a lifelong song. Chains may bind, but not the soul. Mazinamdi Kanu, your purpose takes its toll. The world may turn away, blind to your plight. Yet your flame burns brighter, igniting the fight. Behind prison bars, you weave tales of courage, a tapestry of resistance woven without rage. Your words pierce the silence like sunbeams through rain, calling for freedom's dawn, breaking every chain. Freedom, freedom, let it echo across the hills, where rivers flow and dreams ascend, where hope fulfills. Biafra's anthem rises, carried by winds so strong, a melody of resilience, a battle cry, a lifelong song. Lifelong somewhere Kwansu, surely etched in time, a warrior for justice, a poet of rhyme. May your spirit soar beyond prison walls and make Biafra's freedom reign as destiny calls. This song. In the heart of Biafra's land, where courage blooms, Mazinamdi Kanu stands, defying darkened tombs. A beacon of hope, a voice soon yielding. He fights for justice, freedom, heart's true healing. Mazi Esume Sumwe Kwensu, your spirit ablaze, guiding your people through the tumultuous mazes. From prison walls you sing defiance and truth, a symphony of liberation, unwavering in you. Freedom, freedom, let it echo across the hills, where rivers flow and dreams ascend, where hope fulfills. Biafra's anthem rises, carried by winds so strong, a melody of resilience, a battle cry, a lifelong song. Chains may bind, but not the soul. Mazinamdi Kanu, your purpose takes its toll. The world may turn away, blind to your plight, yet your flame burns brighter, igniting the fight. Behind prison bars, you weave tales of courage, a tapestry of resistance woven without rage. Your words pierce the silence like sunbeams through rain, calling for freedom's dawn, breaking every chain. Freedom, freedom, let it echo across the hills, where rivers flow and dreams ascend, where hope fulfills. Biafra's anthem rises, carried by winds so strong, a melody of resilience, a battle cry, a lifelong song. This song is a creative expression and tribute. Mazinamdi Kanu's situation is complex, and this song does not capture all aspects. Let us continue to hope for justice and peace. Dun dun.
Hello, my wonderful people of Biafra, friends of Biafra and lovers of freedom. This is Mazi Ezumezu Nwekwensu. As I welcome you to this wonderful edition, please endeavor to welcome others is really important. We are live at our various platform. Anywhere you are hearing the sound of our voice, please endeavor to hit the like button and share the program. Is very, very important. We are live on Facebook, on our Facebook, Ikechukwu Umadi Ezumezu. We are live there. If you are listening to the sound of my voice, please hit the like button and share the program is very important. We're also live on Mazi Ezumezu Nwekwensu. If you are listening to the sound of my voice there, please endeavor to hit the like button and share the program and invite your loved ones. It's very important. We are live on our YouTube. Our YouTube, I think we are 649. Please, if you are not subscribed on my YouTube, Ikechukwu Ezumezu. I'm sorry. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Ikechukwu Ezumezu, the Lionhead. Subscribe is very important. Subscribe on our YouTube is very important, and share our program. We're also live on X Ando, Benjamin Chukwudi Benjamin Ezumezu on X Ando. We are live there. If you are listening to the sound of my voice there, please hit the like button and share the program. It's very, very important. Very, very important. On TikTok, we're not live on TikTok because that's why I took me so time to come on air. I'm trying to fix it. But I was told that I want to review it. They have restricted me going live on TikTok. And guess what? Maybe it's two things. This report on TikTok, and this TikTok power tap or whatever, and the way people speak, So, but like I said, if they take us down, we create another one. We are a freedom fighter, either because of the speech or there is a somebody they call him Maazi Ekwensu, Maazi Ekwensu. So he's on TikTok. So he just that was last week. He inboxed me and told me, Mazikedi, how are you? I said, okay. He said that he wants me to change my name. He wants me to change my own name, Mazis Mezumwe Kwensu. And I said, wow, where is this guy from? He said, going and come. He said, because when I was live, people think that it was him on TikTok. Look at this guy and say he's going and come because. So all I just do, I just block him. So maybe he's reporting the page because of our comment, my comment, but we don't care. We are freedom fighter. When this one closes, we open another one, we create another one. So on TikTok, we are not live on TikTok because I was told that it will take a day for them to review. So if they stop it, we open another one. We open another one. That is it. That's because a lot of people don't understand freedom fighter. People just think that it's when you tell people that you are into freedom fighter, it's an opportunity for you to make money. Create a lot of profile and tell people it's easier for you to make money. No, a real freedom fighter is consistent and focused and fearless. You know what you want. It's not about making money on media. Because we have the opportunity to make money on media. We have Wi-Fi 24 hours. We have internet 24 hours. But we choose to fight for our freedom, for our unborn kids. And that's why Enyinnaya Abaribe did not monetize any of IPOB media. No, because he knows what he's looking for. So we are following the footsteps of our leader Enyinnaya Abaribe. What we are looking for is freedom. What we are looking for is freedom. When we have freedom, every other thing we join. When we have our freedom, every other thing have to come. So freedom is the first. Freedom is the first. Our freedom is important. Not even our religion. No, our freedom. Because if you have freedom, we talk about the religion you want to practice. If you don't have freedom, someone that conquer you will seduce you to practice his religion. So that is why freedom, behavioral freedom, is the ultimate, is number one. We don't negotiate when it comes to our freedom. So as I welcome you once more again, please welcome others. This is Mazi Ezumezu Nwekwensu. I thank my heart core. If you are here, please indicate yourself and I will pronounce your name. Those my hardcore, those my fans. If you are here, indicate you are here. I will indicate yourself. It's very important and share our program. Very, very important. Like you all know, few days from now, our leader Mazin Nankana will be in court. Few days from now, Onyendo Mazin Nankana will be in court. On 21st March 2025, our leader will appear in court. Adlu na-egwu. Ọ bụrụ ndị church I see what God cannot do never existed. A lot of people with little faith, ndị obere okwukwe, ndị biri ebe a si ebi n'ebe a, when onye ndu objected Bintanyako and tell him, you cannot try me. No, you can't. You have refused yourself. That's what will remain. And Bintanyako say, okay. And put our leader Mazinan kind of case. Anytime. You use that name, sin death or something like that. And I'm not a lawyer, I cannot pronounce that language he used for that. What it means that Mazinan kind of case doesn't have time. That anytime they want to have to call it up, But guess what? Onyendu will be in court a few days from now. And that's why Nagunu. Now, Biafra struggle is also struggle of spirit. It's so spiritual. This struggle. I want you all to look around what is going around today. External and internal. External and internal in our struggle. I want you to look around to see. The fake ones are beginning to expose themselves. The fake ones that begin to expose themselves. That uncle ugly, today. Those people that are not talking about Mazin Nandekano, they are not talking about Mazin Nandekano today. I'm not talking about those one Nigerians. No, I'm talking the same people that say that they are into this struggle. Autopilots and China Sanwan Kita Elats. Go and watch. They are beginning to talk about Mazin Nandekano. I come across a video from Ogechukwu Nkele from Simon Ekpa camp. He was telling his people that Onyendu will be in court on 21st March. The same thing goes on at Beze. All of them. These are the people. In the morning, Simon Ekpa, in the afternoon, Simon Ekpa, in the night, Simon Ekpa. Now, they are now coming gradually. They are now coming back. Knowing that Mazin Nandekan is the only man tested and trusted. And make way about time without number. And I always tell Simon Ekpa, you cannot become great through imitation. If you ask me if I want Simon Ekpa to be jailed, I say no. I say no. Let him be out. Go with enough. How about Chinasa Wankita? Since for the first time from 2021, Chinasa Wankita broadcast on air for hours without castigating Mazin and Kanu family. I said, this is a miracle. You all a miracle dey for Bikon. All a miracle dey for. For those of you who say, Maazi Ezumezu Nwekwensu will fall by the low side very soon. I come never still standing, still remain focused, consistency. Telling you what I'm telling you years ago. How about one in Socha na France? Chika Melike, aka Adandocho. They have expired him because of the beze. You know, I don't have time for them now because we remain focused. On where they are ahead, carry all those things. I have all their videos. But in getting a table now, the more important than this one is searching at France and all those Ngozi Lebeze. No, but we have their videos. Ejim their videos. Agucha one I will go to. Azota I was wazute. But what I'm telling you, for those of you that is too emotional, how far? And I put the truth today. When you do mass, I can say go and listen. Also go and follow. Who they follow, go and follow now. And don't miss tomorrow program on Uchenna Udeze, aka I don't know. Don't miss tomorrow program about her. We will address her. Abamia, she have disobeyed Maazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ifele kwesịrị na-eme. Ifele kwesịrị na-eme that mother, that woman, that grandmother. Ifele kwesịrị na-eme that woman. Uchenna Udeze, aka I don't know. Ifele kwesịrị na-eme. He have disobeyed a man. Also, ekpere be ya aka n'isi. Maazi Ezumezu na-ekwu. Ayadule Ipob. We are not two. You may like me, that is your business. You may hate me, that is your business. But I will be here telling you guys the truth, reminding you guys of yesterday. Onyendu Maazi Nnamdi Kanu. Go and listen. Today, those of you that are asking me, what is the difference between Maazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa? You have seen the difference today now. But I'm still waiting for Simon Ekpa. On May 16, I think May 16, in case will come up. After then, now go and listen to them. Both Ngozi Lebeze or Ogechukwu Nkele Ogene. He's now calling for a protest. Of when I go out today, say, what are you guys doing for Simon Ekpa to be out? And I said, whatever you are doing, make sure you win this case. Now, Ogechukwu Nkele is calling for a protest in Finland. Is Finland the right place to do that protest? Okoko. Finland or the right place he could see made that protest? No. The right place could see made that protest again in Belgium, EU. Because Finland is part of them. EU. Everybody could see made that protest. Because in this life, everything is possible. Like I said before, that is very hard. It will be very, very hard for Finland to send Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria. But you see, in this life, nothing is impossible except something that is there. Except Nigeria have all the whole money. They have all the resources. They can bargain with Finland. They can give Finland the passage to have anything they want to have, but let them have Simon Ekpa. Finland may decide to send Simon Ekpa to Nigeria and down the consequences from EU. That's why the right place for them to protest is at Belgium, not Finland. Oh, Belgium can we yaga. About Finland. Remember what I said, that Simon Ekpa is not 100% pure. The only way something that is not telling me and you. Now, go there and see what is happening to his camp. Everything he done in IPOB is coming back to him, to his group. Every single thing, the way the way he manipulates people, the way he tried to destroy IPOB, that's the same way they are destroying his movement today. The four finger pointing at you. Since the detain of Simon Ekpa, tell me one prominent Nigerian that have called for his release. Tell me one. But how about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Even non-Igbos are calling for his release. The whole walk of life in Nigeria have called for his release. International community have called for his release. But why Simon Ekpa? Why didn't they call for his release? Why? Because those people, they know who is who. They know who is fake. And they know who is real. They know Simon Ekpa is not real. But they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is real. That is why for these years, Simon Ekpa have done all those things. Tell me one single person from his own camp that they have granted asylum for so-called Nigerian government, for so-called Biafra government in exile. Tell me one. No. But how about IPOB? They have been giving people documents in the name of IPOB. Even UK government, last time, a woman had been denied asylum for 8 times, 8 good times, until that woman used IPOB and everything, and I gave him all the documents. They granted him asylum in the UK. He's there. With only that's why he man na IPOB under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there. They are the one fighting. So I'm not just deceiving you guys. Well, let me stop here. I'm not here for them. This program is for Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe. Today's program. And you can see what is on the flyer. Abia State Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe remained consistent, focused, and fearless, calling the release of IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But before we continue, I must wish you happy birthday, Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe, your 78th birthday. You look so young. I don't believe that. I didn't know that you're up to 70. You look good, sir. Ekenengo, sir. Maazị ezumezu na-ekene ego. Asabụ ndị enu ndị a na chewe ego. Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe. We thank you for your consistency and for your focus. We thank you for continue calling the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You remain focused and consistency. You never shake. What you said yesterday, you are still repeating it today. So we thank you, sir. And Mazi Zumezu Queens, we are wishing you happy birthday. So let's go to one of his old video before we come to the recent one.
Issues. People are just going to give fresh tries to the same old issues. For the Southeast, it's been this issue of sit at home, getting the Southeast economy to be up and running again. We see a number of governors trying to exert that influence to, put their stamp of authority as to being in charge. The state trying to take charge, as it were. Sometime in July last year, I beg your pardon, this year, of course, just last month, we saw leaders of the Southeast, regardless of political affiliation, coming together to have a meeting. Would you say that you're already beginning to see results as to what was decided in that meeting, or do you think it would take much more than one engagement to see it?
Yes, I was in that meeting. I was part of the meeting, and there are more meetings we are going to hold. And of course, every one of us came together. In fact, when we discussed it on the floor of the Senate, my contention was that nobody wants the matter of sit at home anymore, because that idea had been hijacked by hoodlums and criminals. And now all they do is to use that cover to now perpetrate all manners of violence and mayhem everywhere. Now, I also, on the floor of the Senate, gave a historical background. And I think what is left is that if you give somebody a fulcrum on which he holds to do something, if you remove that fulcrum, then he has nothing to use. Now we have somebody in Finland who has declared himself a prime minister and goes ahead to issue all manners of orders. And the fulcrum he hangs it on is, that Nnamdi Kanu is under detention, he has to be released before they stop all this and all that. Now, when Nnamdi Kanu himself, when we visited him, because I went in company of Ike Kweremadu, the former Deputy Senate President, Bishop Ona, the Catholic Bishop of Nsukka, Bishop Onoha, who is an Anglican bishop in Abia, and Oke Muche, who is the Secretary General of Ohanese. I was sat with him, and he said, no, not part of this, and I have denounced it, and I have told my people to make announcements and told them we no longer can do that. Now we run into two problems. Because when we even came out and we engaged people, say, oh no, why won't you people let him come and talk? If he says it himself, and we told them, okay, here is a man under a jurisdiction of a court. It will be very difficult if the court does not give an order for him to give a verbal, a TV interview and all that, and it's never done. Because the corollary of it may be that every other person who is detained might now say, you must give me the same thing. So courts don't work that way. And because that was not able, so he has to pass the message through us, through his lawyers, and I think last week there was
a handwritten message.
There was a message from him, handwritten. Well, of course, the man who is profiting from it, far away in Finland, denounced it and now even put more conditions. Oh, they will never stop it until we see him, and I have to see him in Finland. So you can now see that because they profit from this, they're not going to stop it, because it had become a money-making venture. And we have seen adverts where they do on the internet asking people to contribute money for the liberation of Biafra and all that. Now, what do? We have to engage with the government, because there is also some subsisting issues on the ground. The court had granted him his freedom, and the government
rearrested him.
They didn't rearrest him. The government applied to the same appeal court for a stay of execution, and now appealed to the Supreme Court. So now the Supreme Court hasn't taken any decision. And so at any time that we're doing the talk, part of that resolution that we said was also, and that was part of what we also decided at the last meeting we had of all the leaders, that as much as we're going to engage everyone, we'll also engage the government at the same time and see how we can do a solution that will be favorable to all. Because if we do not remove that lever which they use, which is his continued detention, they will always use it as a reason for perpetrating crime. And what all the governors of the Southeast have done is that everybody coming together and they're trying to use the different ways to say we cannot hurt ourselves in trying to say we're looking for our liberation. And that is where we are at the moment.
Well, are you sick of having issues?
This is Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe on Channel's program. This program is not today. I think it's about 2-3 years ago. So I want to tell you how consistency Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe remain on calling the list of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now we're going to play the recent one just a few days ago. And he's still calling the list of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The fact is that you may not like all I'm doing, all I'm saying here. Because eziokwu Chineke ọ na-ada ka thunder. You may decide to say, no, you don't have to ship ground. No, I will protect your area. And I told you, I always told you guys, Biafra struggle, I brought a football league. I brought Chelsea, Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, that my team must win. No. We remain resolute. Consistency and fairness. Na-agwaghị eziokwu Chineke. Iwochi iwo ebe anụ nọ nwere ihe eme. Ifukwa m n'ụzọ sef egwu ma nkwe ruo m nso. But when na-agwụ n'ebe wee eziokwu Chineke, all of you guys, people like Madam Uchenna Udeze, aka Madam, I don't know, that disobeyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so much. A woman that has been in this struggle for more than 10 years. You disobeyed that leader, ICB, I can say, or even up to today, you are still blackmailing head of finance, Madam Enyinnaya. At your age, you can assess. At your age of 70, going to 73 years, you can assess for what? I'm so ashamed of yourself. Tomorrow, I want people in America to make sure this flyer get to him. She lives in California. Or maybe even tomorrow we have to put a call across to her. Oh, Mazi Ezumezu Ekwensu. I didn't even know okay. You people think that you can destroy what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have established. Her parents this thing as a result of this struggle. Other people as a result of this struggle. You think he will use this your emotionally blackmail? to pull down the struggle. It's impossible. Today, we see what is happening in Nigeria today. Maznakanu said, if you don't give me what I'm demanding, Somalia will be a paradise to compare to Nigeria. What is happening today? Look at that NYC cup that pour out her mind that she is suffering, calling Tinubu a terrible president. Instead of Nigerians to say, no, what this girl said is truth. Some are threatening that young girl. Even the woman in charge of NYC are telling her to pull down the video. When you say, I will destroy Nigeria with the truth, with Ezeoku Chineke. We see what is happening in Rivers State. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Because whatever you sow, you shall reap. I came on air, I told you guys the mindset of Mwike, what Mwike is trying to do. And the Northerners are helping him. They want to use him, make sure he plants her wife, her daughter on judiciary. So when things like this come up, they say go to court. And when they go to court, these cabals in the court, they will use one of their cabals to win the case. This is what is going on. But guess what? They cannot withstand what is going to happen. They cannot withstand the earthquake that is coming. Or didn't think I'm supporting footballer or Ijo? No, because Ijo people decided to guide pipeline. Ijo people decided to be a pipeline security guard for the resources that is in their own backyard. Tom Polo, with all due respect, I respect that guy so much. He decided so far, he pushed that contract. Back with me. Remember what I've been asking Ikeka to do. And he didn't do it. Today, Ikeka is no more. If the young youth of Ijo did not wake up and say enough is enough, we want to know where we belong, either we to Nigeria or to Biafra. We want to choose, want to take our destiny into our hand. You see that when they put some money in the account, they will come out to start doing protests. I see we saw their protest. All the oil company, they are so-called in your area working. But where is their head office? In Lagos. They will fight from Lagos to any area in South. So they work, they go back. Their head office is in Lagos. All the taxes they need to pay to the states in the South, in this Niger Delta or so-called South, they pay to Lagos State. They don't see that. But Igbo man is your problem. Igbo man is your problem. Look at Mwike. He told you guys, I'm not an Igbo. Who cares? We don't. People are trying to associate themselves with Igbos. People all the way from Jamaica, they are telling you that they are Igbo. All the way from Jamaica. Barnabas. They associate themselves. My ancestors is Igbo. Or was there one of the bad guy say, I'm not an Igbo? Who cares? Are you better than us? Or are we better than you? Who cares if you're Igbo or not Igbo? But we must go. Now, I want to play this video, but this is not the this because maybe sometimes when we talk, we have to narrate some other issues. Now, I want you guys to see people that say that they're not Igbo. Mwike people. I want you guys to see. Just listen to these people. Now, these people are equally people. Equally people, you know. When the Supreme Court passed the judgment on that 27 as for state assembly to restore for Governor Fubara to restore them back. When Supreme Court passed that judgment, they are full of joy. They are singing. I want you guys to listen to their music. These are the people telling you that, guys, that they are not Igbo. These are the Kwales, Nwike people. These are the people that are loyal to Nwike, telling you guys that they are not Igbo. Look at the music they are singing. Nekwa kamo Enyinnaya nekwa kamo akamo dokwa ocha. That language, is it Bini language? Or Bini language can not do this stupid people. Let me take this thing out. This not. I'm not here for this nonsense. Now let's go to the recent interview from Senator Abaribe. Let's go to the recent interview. Let's listen to him.
My name is Enyinnaya Abaribe, and I'm the senator representing Abia South. We're here today just to have a parley with you. I will say, in furtherance of all the things that we have been doing concerning my 70th birthday, to be on the 1st of March in Enyinnaya, and I will be graciously hosted by the state government. So we thank God for His mercies. One of the things that a very close friend of mine pointed out to me, he said, if you look at the statistics of the mortality rate in Nigeria, that only about 3.02% reach the age of 70. I never actually had looked at it that way. And of course, the way he put it, he didn't put it as 3.02%. He says, do you know that out of every 100 persons in Nigeria, only 3 reach 70, which is a very frightening statistic to look at. So the only thing we can do is to thank God for His mercies, that we're able to also be part of that 3. And of course, to also pray that Nigeria becomes much better than we found it, so that the mortality rate can be much better than this. Everywhere else in the world, and all the places where we are seeing, I don't think the mortality rate is as bad as it is at the moment here. So it's something that we should all worry about, that
despite all the improvements in technology, despite the education, despite the enlightenment that is in society today, despite the fact that people have gone to the moon and back, despite the fact that we have been able to, surpass most of the things that used to bedevil the people that came before us, Nigeria is still at a very low level, and it needs all hands on deck to make things better for each and every one of us. So I want to thank you for being here, and I will be very prepared to answer any questions. Well, let me say that it's very salutary that those who are in the midst of affairs that happen in Nigeria will one day tell their story. So I think Babangida has told his story, and out of his story there are a lot of snippets that come out of it. I'm one of those who think that we shouldn't throw away the baby with the bathwater, so we can take some things out of his story, because I think that some of the things that he said do not exactly gel. And one of the things that I don't agree with him is he cannot tell me that he can't be commander-in-chief and somebody else is pulling the strings behind. That is not, what are you a commander-in-chief for? If somebody else will be pulling the strings and deciding what happens in your own government. That is, by the way, anyway. The fact of that it was not an Igbo coup in 1966, I think that's a fact that everyone knew. All that happened was that people who wanted to look for an opportunity to deride the Igbo nation, to find fault with the Igbo nation, simply turned everything around, and the story has always been there. If you read his book, he said it. This is why we struck, and he said clearly there, we all came together in the national interest in order to make Obafemi Awolowo president. He said it clearly, and everyone knows. But throughout the history of Nigeria, there has always been the fact that every little thing that concerns the country, they use the Igbo head to want to solve the break the coconut of Nigeria. That's all that happens. So all the pogroms that happened from the 1950s to the 60s, at any time that there's any little thing, they say, where are the Igbos, so that you will kill them and blame them. So the fact that Babangida now says, oh, it wasn't an Igbo, it's a fact that we know, and it's a fact that we accept. What it will do for us is simple. Anytime anybody shows up with that type of narrative anymore, we will tell him that, well, go back to all the sources, including Babangida's book. You will see that what you're saying is correct. So that is one prop against the Igbos that has now been removed. But we're still waiting for that book by General Gowon, because he was a dramatist personnel and a person that was part of making sure that all the, like Babangida said, the missteps and the mistakes that were done at that time. So we need to hear his story. It's always good for these stories to come out, because we are in a period where we need national catharsis, a way of exhaling, let's say, and ventilating all our listen, so that we can build a more perfect union. If we don't have that, then we will always continue to form as we.
Now, let me say something. That's why I said, President Ahmed Tinubu, you being so smart, you being so intelligent, you can't win this war. You can't defeat Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It can't, you know, make him to play your beat. You can't bend Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because he was born for this. Whatever he's doing is not by himself. He was born for this. The best thing you will do is to call him on a roundtable discussion to ask him the way out. And you have the opportunity right now, few days from now, maybe 4 days or 3 days from now, and allow court. Since you don't want to say anything, allow the court to do their job. Don't interfere. Let the court, interpret the law. Allow the court to function. Let the law take place. Let's see. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. Nigeria is the one committing terrorism by going to the foreign land to kidnap a man and forcefully rendition him, extraordinarily rendition him to Nigeria. It's against Nigeria Constitution. And on that, you want to try a person on that. On illegality, you want to try a person on illegality. And where you have committed the crime, you said someone committed. I know I got that in our corner now. So the best you can do, you guys should answer and allow the courts to do their job. Umaya High Court, Aba, I've said, return Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to Kenya. Send him back to Kenya. Supreme Court said no court can try Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria because of the manner and the way he was brought to Nigeria. Appeal Court said no court in Nigeria can try him. Let him go. Supreme Court condemned the manner Nigeria government went to his house to buy him. They also condemned the revoke of his bail. All those favorable judgments is by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Did Nigeria government respect anyone? No. The answer is no. And you have opportunity on 21st March to free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Or if not, more calamities will fall on Nigeria. More calamity. More calamity will be falling on Nigeria. Let Mazen Nnamdi Kanu go. He committed no crime. Now, if former head of state Ibrahim Babangida have told the world that queue is not an able queue, why are you still holding Mazen Nnamdi Kanu there? Don't you know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was as a result of Biafra-Nigeria war? Because the coup, the January 1966 coup, lead to counter coup, that lead to Biafra and Nigeria civil war, that give birth to IPOB Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. For almost 59 years, you guys have brainwashed people, lie against Igbos, blackmail Igbos. But today, the truth is out. Why are you still holding Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? When the Obodo Alafia said that the North should tender apology to Igbos for that program they committed against Igbos, guess what? You guys take him out of this life, out of this world. You guys buy him. Today, the so-called middle births, they are not people enough to stand up and ask, why did this man buy? How was this man buy? Why? But you see, buying of Obodai, he will come for you guys. His spirit will always torment you guys. Now, let's go because we don't have much time. Let's go where the senator talk about our leader Mazinani Kanu recently. So let's start here.
Let me say this. It's not just because I have a good interpersonal relationship with him. You can visibly see what he's doing. Look, this is Abba. When we went to Okwa, we came back and then we were running through Abba yesterday. It was amazing. It was clean. The place is very well kept. And you can now drive from Ngwa Road and just go all the way down and you find yourself at Obo Hill. Never happened before. So when I see all the things that are happening around here, the only thing I can tell him is, please continue what you are doing, because I've also my constituents talk to me. My constituents come and tell me this is. In fact, all that they do now is that every day they will send me one message. This is happening in this place. Can you tell the governor for him to help us? So I'm even sorry for him because he has already set the pace. He can't slacken anymore. Because you know what happens when you set the pace? What happens whenever you start doing so well is that people expect you to do far more, and if you slacken, then they say, he's no longer doing anything. So we will just encourage him. He's doing extremely well for Abians. I will only say this. The welfare of the people is why you were sworn into office. And if you put the welfare of the people first, which is what you took an oath of office for, then you're doing what you have sworn to do. Part of the problems in Nigeria is not people take oath of office and go away. And for service, you must have that desire to serve your people. I came into politics as a dare. Listen to us. Let us now take the next step. The next step is to bring peace. They are holding Nnamdi Kanu. Those who continue to say, don't come out every aspect of the reachable, let me just put it that way. At a particular time, they said, it has to be a national security issue. So we went and met the our speeches and all that. And inside that book, I will recommend it to each one of you. Look for a particular speech which I did to the Institute of Surveyors, and that speech was titled, Why Not Merit? It's a great speech, even if I say so myself, because we looked at what is it that is making this country it doesn't seem to move forward. Why do students from the Southeast look on themselves as deprived? Why does someone who finished from the university at the same time with another person and is much better, and nobody, they won't even invite him for an interview, not to talk of whether he's being considered? So it is all this gamut of things around us that is making the country not go in the direction it's supposed to go. Well, that's a question that we're going to pose to the president of Nigeria, not to me. We have made representations concerning Nnamdi Kanu.
Now, Biafrans, I want you guys to listen Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe, his response when he was asked about MNK, our leader Nnamdi Kanu. When will he be released? So I want you guys to listen. And if you are here, please, if you are here for the first time, you have not subscribed on our YouTube, Ikechukwu Izumezu. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Ikechukwu Izumezu. And if you're on Facebook, please hit the like button and share the program. It's very important. If you're on TikTok, Please share the program on TikTok. It's very, very important. And we have to take a break now. When we come back, we will start where Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe talk about our leaders' case. They won.
There is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Abia, Sita, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuka Abia, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Inaguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Oraeri, the same God of Uweeri, the same God of Arochukwu, not to be the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, but that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal.
In the heart of Biafra's land, where courage blooms, Mazinamdi Kanu stands, defying darkened tombs. A beacon of hope, a voice soon yielding. He fights for justice, freedom, heart's true healing. Mazi Asume Sumwe consequence, so your spirit ablaze, guiding your people through the tumultuous mazes. From prison walls you sing defiance and truth, a symphony of liberation, unwavering in you. Freedom, freedom, let it echo across the hills, where rivers flow and dreams ascend, where hope fulfills. Biafra's anthem rises, carried by wind so strong, a melody of resilience, a battle cry, a lifelong song. In the shadows chains may bind, but not the soul. Mazinamdi Kanu, your purpose takes its toll. The world may turn away, blind to your plight, yet your flame burns brighter, igniting the fight. Behind prison bars you weave tales of courage, a tapestry of resistance woven without rage. Your words pierce the silence like sunbeams through rain, calling for freedom's dawn, breaking every chain. Freedom, freedom, let it echo across the hills, where rivers flow and dreams ascend, where hope fulfills. Biafra's anthem rises, carried by wind so strong, a melody of resilience, a battle cry, a lifelong song. Life of consequence, surely etched in time, a warrior for justice, a poet of rhyme. May your spirit soar beyond prison walls, and may Biafra's freedom reign as destiny calls. This song is a creative expression and tribute. Mazinamdi Kanu's situation is complex, and this song does not capture all aspects. Let us continue to hope for justice and peace.
My name is Enyinnaya Abaribe.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. So let's continue. So please, we're here, share the program and hit the like button is very important. Now let's listen to the response from Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe about Mazinamdi.
Every aspect of the reachable, let me just put it that way. At a particular time, they said, oh, it has to be our speeches and all that. And inside that book, I will recommend it to each one of you. Look for a particular speech which I did to the Institute of Surveyors, and that speech was titled, Why Not Merit? It's a great speech, even if I say so myself, because we looked at what is it that is making this country it doesn't seem to move forward. Why do students from the Southeast look on themselves as deprived? Why does someone who finished from the university at the same time with another person and is much better, and nobody, they won't even invite him for an interview, not to talk of whether he's being considered? So it is all this gamut of things around us that is making the country not go in the direction it's supposed to go. Well, that's a question that we're going to pose to the president of Nigeria, not to me. We have made representations concerning Nnamdi Kanu. We have also made sure that we have reached every aspect of the reachable, let me just put it that way. At a particular time, they said, oh, it has to be a national security issue. So we went and met the national security advisor, and they said, oh, it's a legal issue. We went and met the attorney general. They say, oh, he said this. And so at the point now, matter is so simple. If a judge recuses herself from a case, what the import of that recusal is that the judge is saying, because the person that is supposed to try me, you understand, no longer has a, what do you mean? No longer has confidence. And I know that there is an element of bias from the person that I'm trying. So I no longer feel that the person will trust that my judgment will be fair. That is just the basis of a court to recuse itself from a case. So the point is, why would you insist that that same judge continue to try someone? So Nnamdi Kanu was right to say, no, you cannot do this. If a judge has said, no, I will not do it, give it to somebody else. It is the Federal High Court with more than 100 judges. You can try it anywhere. You can also come back to the Southeast where you claim that the matter originated from. Because it was supposed to be originated from Umuahia. There's a Federal High Court in Umuahia. You can try it there. It doesn't necessarily mean that one particular person must try it. So our conclusion is that this matter will have to be resolved politically. And to be resolved politically, we all have to meet up with the authorities in Nigeria and tell them every criminal in the Southeast has put a hook on the Biafra question and using it to perpetrate criminality. Every kidnapper, if you catch them, they say, oh, it's because they are holding Nnamdi Kanu. Those who continue to say, oh, don't come out on Mondays and others, say, oh, it's because of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu himself has told us, has written it, and said, don't do sit at home anymore. Don't do all those things on my behalf. Yet, the people who want to perpetrate this mayhem on the Southeast continue to use it. So we think that if you remove that prop on which they are hooking all their criminal tendencies on, then they will have nothing else. Then you can now know a criminal from a so-called Biafran agitator. That is just the point. Right now, the Southeast is bedeviled in so many ways. And those of us who are the leaders of the Southeast, there is no single one of us that is not worried about it and that has not made any representation to that effect. So I will also use this opportunity on this my 70th birthday to appeal to the federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu. There are too many groups, too many people, including governors, who have said, release him to us. Let us now take the next step. The next step is to bring peace to the Southeast. Because right now, the economy of the Southeast has tanked. So many things are not going on. People have had to readjust their lives to not working on Mondays. And that is a massive devaluing of the currency in our society. So, nothing else we can say at this moment than to continue to appeal to the federal government to do that. No, if I say that, then it will make me I'm not that important. I'm just saying, for the sake of the people of the Southeast, I will use this occasion of my birthday to also continue the appeal for Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Not for them to do anything to celebrate that way, please. This is too early. This is how many months after election? How many months after election? I think we are more focused on making sure that whatever we are going to do for our people of Abia South, we will continue to do it. Let the future take care of itself when the time comes.
So this is the recent calling on our leaders released by Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe. I think this was this month, You can see. That's why I told you guys he remained consistent and focused and fearless. He have told us that even when they say that it's Attorney General, they went to go and meet Attorney General. They also went to go and meet the Secretary of what is his name? I think he mentioned two offices, Attorney General and I'm forgetting one important office again. Instead, they have moved to reach whoever they say that is the person in charge. They have reached out to them. So, what is still holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What is still holding our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Like I said before, take it or leave it. The people that are holding our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is these oil companies. They use their various countries to hold our leader. And those Western countries, they will communicate with Nigeria government and say, hold this guy. This guy is going to put Sansan in our galley. Because they know. Coming off Biafra, things will never be the same again. We are not asking that we're not asking you guys to stop maybe business with us. No. But it must come in a normal channel. It must come in a round table discussion. It must have the principles, the law that guide it. We that have resources, we must know what you are taking away from our land. Not everybody, These Westerners are stealing from our land. This is the facts. Like I said before, the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free, it will be a miracle. It will be before these peoples, this Western world, before they arise, Onion is out of the work. They will start asking themselves, how did this happen? How did this happen? Because this Western world, they are using Nigeria government as a puppet. And Nigeria government are using the bad politicians in the Southeast as a puppet. This is how they roll. Just ask yourself, UN gave Nigeria order to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Nigeria did not obey it. What is the action of what did the UN did? Nothing. What the UN did? Nothing. Our leader's family took the case to UK, or up to the Supreme Court in UK. What is the outcome of it? Nothing. EU. Some member of EU Parliament have called this of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What is the result? Nothing. That's all you need to know. It's not only Nigeria government holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they are using Nigeria government. And Nigeria government, they are full. They allow others. They allow foreigners to control them over their citizens. They allow foreigners to manipulate them. You know why? Because these people in the government, they are all corrupt. They are all corrupt. They are protecting their interests in the Western world. They are all corrupt. But you know what? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free. The way and manner it will happen will be surprise to all of them. At some point, Nigerian government will say, I'm tired of this game. Let him go. We have to let him go. Because at some point, the good people from the West will be asking questions. What is going on? Why? What is going on? Remember what Trump told us? That if you want to make money, that his friends are making so much money in Nigeria. Trump say it. American president say it. And how is friend making that money? Corrupt way. We remember when the names of the oil theft come out. Go and check the names of the companies there. From US, from UK, from Norway, from Sweden, from Finland, from Germany, from Austria, from Switzerland, from Spain, from Italy, all of them. All. Instead of our resources to be a blessing to us, it's become a cost to us. Which we shall end it. We shall stop it. Let's check out what Soludo said. Soludo, in his latest interview, let's check out what Soludo said. Just hold on. Before we listen to Soludo, let's use this opportunity to play this video. What happened? Is it yesterday at Mbaku, Oka South?
Nani mbakwa abụọ bụ na wiyo debe anyị na-enye anyị ga-ebu ka anyị bulu na-agbaghị nke ya gbagbugoro ebe a na nke a ka agbagbu life now operation udo ga-asị gbagburu mmadụ na mgba.
You know, Soludo, in as much we appreciate some of your principles, you are doing some of the work we are doing in Anambra State. We also tell you what we are not doing okay. This Agune chamber and Udonachi you establish, we want you to set an inquiry in this agency. Some of them that are with AK-47, they are enemy of our people. Where did they come from? We want you to look into this because the eye has becoming too much. Lusting of our people's life under this banner of Udogachi and the Agune Chamber has becoming too much. You should set an inquiry. These people, all of them, are they doing what you ask them to do, or did they have another bad intention against Igbos? Because we saw what happened in Imo State. That young guy that was shot very close range, that they throw out, they blackmailed the young man with a bullet. They throw that bullet down and they pick up that bullet, and they claim that that bullet is from that young guy. They established that false narrative to execute that young man on Blood Day. And as God may have it, we saw even when they threw out the bullets. And we're expecting this, our brother to say something about it. What is this guy name? This guy, Ass of Lep. What is this guy's name? Ikenga, we're expecting you to say something about it. Please say something about it. And on that video, we hear some of the comments, what they are saying. You see, we now understood that some of those security men, they are not Igbos. And they are telling us that since you don't want peace in Nigeria, we will give you fire. Since we don't want peace, they will give us fire. We have their video, their voice notes, how they are complaining against Igbo bitterly. That we are in our blood creating 40 states. That who told us that Edo is part of Biafra. And some of these men have this in their mind against Igbo, and they're using it to buy our people. Ikenga should say something about that young guy. I will do program again, and I will try if I can reach Ikenga. I will try if I can able to get him. Because how on earth this young lady in his house, not even outside. So Soludo, you should set an inquiry, because this spying is becoming alarming. It's becoming too much. It's becoming too much. How to go too much? Now let's listen. Let's watch the video.
Nani mbakwa abụọ bụ na wiyo de bebe anyị nani anyị ga-ebu ka ibulu na abụọ nke agbagburu ebe a na nke a ka agbagbu life now.
Operation Udogachi gbagburu mmadụ na mgbapụ this morning. Operation Udogachi, Soludo, you have to do something. You have to do something. This is no longer the work they send them. Operation Udogachi gbagburu one lady na ọlụ onwe and how about harassing God? Soludo, do something, do something. Yeah, maybe about who you are crazy in India have you know. Yeah, I've spoken all Udogachi. Cabas one at Anambra. I'm Bahugana and many Utoto Anoa.
Now, but then you I want to take one blue. I pay the police station. Never to a can Abia. Then you on that bottom number 4. But I will. Then you get on the police station guide there. Much to be Abia. Police station guide there. At I will. Can do look at you, boy, you know.
So It's a pity. Ịma na eburu ozu onye ọzọ n'isi. Ọ dịka ebu ụkwụ nkwụ. The family are in pain today. A young girl not inside house. Can I need like this? Can I need? So those need they against the native doctor, the bad ones. According to you. But some of these boys, go and check them. And I go ajog. Because all balajuwa anya. Actually, onye aye wondowa. That balajuwa anya. Ewo ando made. You need to look into this soludo. Ọkwa mmadụ ka a na-egbu o. Ọkwa mmadụ ka a na-egbu. Na the last time nke mekwe na your own town. A boy na-aga ọrụ. Did flame way up. Did wee gba ụmụaka. May affect your own town. No? Soludo. Jikwe na ife wee chụwa ewu ojii before chaba na elu. Okay. Okay, let's go to his comments on recent. And we are coming to the end of this program. If you're here listening to us, you have any question, you can put it up.
I want to ask you about
we'll have to treat it. You can see how gullible people is. This Luben Abati. This guy is so gullible. I'm sorry to say it. Now, Luben Abati, in this interview program, he says to Ludo, he want to ask him about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, which is okay. It's fine. It's okay. But let's ask Luben Abati. When they do presidential media chat, all of them that is there now, Tinubu accepted this presidential media chat. Why didn't Luben Abati put this question to Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Why? None of them. None of them. Now he said it will be unfair that they came to Anambra State and they will not ask Soludo about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is from Abia State, if you want to put it in that way. So my question to Luben Abati, why didn't he putting this question to Soludo? It's okay. Yes, it's good, it's nice. But why didn't he put the same question to Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Why?
To be
now let's listen to him.
Odd for us to see. Okay, Governor, I want to ask you about Nnamdi Kanu. To be odd for us to sit down with the governor of Anambra State on the occasion of the third anniversary of your stay in office, and then we don't ask a question about Nnamdi Kanu, which is a very sensitive, a subject of concern to many persons from the south.
Okay, because it's sensitive. That's why I did not put this question to your brother, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's Soludo have talked about Nnamdi Kanu. I've demanded for his release. The governors have done that. The House of Rep, the politicians, in fact, all about walk of life. But the only person who have not had anything from is from the president. And you have an opportunity to ask him. He did not ask him. This man. Well, let's listen to Soludo.
Do you believe that the release of Nnamdi Kanu will help to lessen tension in the Southeast? And, what's your position? This very important subject of concern to many people from this part of the country.
I mean, as you rightly said, the question you said is sensitive, but for me it's not sensitive. It's quite straightforward. My position on Nnamdi Kanu has been very well documented and clear. I put that in writing. I put that in. I have said that verbally and put that in writing. Before the former president Buhari left office, I wrote him formally and requesting him to release Nnamdi Kanu. And if possible, if he was going to be in detention or whatever, I don't mind, taking him and keeping him here. Then I can produce him as well. And I'll tell you the logic. For me, it's not so much about, whether it will lessen tension or not. That's debatable. Why it's debatable, in my view, is that a whole lot of these people who began the quest have now gone on to their own. I'm not quite sure if Nnamdi Kanu comes out today, he will recognize the same groups and what they have become. I know after swearing in, I visited him in custody at the DSS office, and we had a hand-to-hand conversation about it, and I posed it to him what these people were doing in the name of IPOB. And he condemned it, said it was, to use his word, abomination. People were spilling innocent blood in the name of agitation or whatever it is. And IPOB, as an organization, had repeatedly issued press statements dissociating themselves from the sit-at-home, the enforcement of sit-at-home, dissociating themselves from several of the criminalities going on. And yet they persisted. So, if the people who are doing all of this are not IPOB, they are not answerable to them, then it becomes debatable whether if he comes, he's actually able to, call them to, because these guys, several of them have now broken out and established very lucrative criminality. It's lucrative. They're making tons of money from kidnapping for ransom. And having tested blood, they're not likely to stop hunting very soon. Now, but the case of Nnamdi Kanu, therefore, for me, is different. For me, there is a legal point of view. Part of the reason I was calling for his release since I came into office and even had to write President Buhari in that regard was that I said, because I thought that we actually, the Igbo, that this whole talk and the quest for this Biafra thing and so on had not been interrogated by the mainstream Igbos. We have never sat down to really have a conversation. That it was important that he comes out and we, himself and those who share his thoughts and views, and those who might have contrary view in terms of the future of the Igbos in Nigeria and the world. And several of us believe that Igbos need Nigeria. Nigeria needs the Igbos. Igbos need Africa. I wrote it in my inaugural address because, I'm not very shy about expressing my view. In my inaugural speech, after my swearing in there, what I'm saying to you now, I wrote it there in my address, that the future of Igbos lies in a bigger, united, fair, equitable Nigeria. And we are also better off. We need Africa, Africa needs us. We need the world needs us. But this kind of conversation, we haven't really, and I've seen Nnamdi Kanu twice now. I visited him in Kuje. I was the one that led Igbo leaders to visit him in Kuje, where he was detained there. It was after that visit that you had flurry of other visits and subsequent release. When he was released, he sought to see me. Unfortunately, I was out of the country, we couldn't meet. But I was still looking for an opportunity for us to have a sit down and have So we can share these views and say, where do you stand? I think, and I think a lot of Igbos know, that Igbos, as an itinerant tribe, need the land space of the world to fully blossom and realize their full potentials. Yes, every group is talking about marginalization or injustice here or there. This is why we also need to have some national conversations about how do we make this country work for everybody. And that was why I was calling for him. Come, if he were with us here in Oka, maybe with some other Igbo leaders and so on, we could be having some maybe daily or weekly conversation around it. So we can even have something that we are talking about. Not some people, some other place pressing, the other people pressing the other. Let me remind you, Ruben. When the Northern Youths issued quit notice to the Igbos, I was the chairman of the Planning and Strategy Committee of Ohanes and Igbo worldwide. We took a census of Igbos in the north. And guess what? We came to the just some estimate of about 11.7 million Igbos in the north alone. If you have a disorderly dismemberment of this country, what a chaos for this tiny place, and so on. There are other visions for the Southeast. Why couldn't you make it a livable and prosperous homeland? Why couldn't you create new prosperity? Why do we keep blaming? So let us come together. We can turn this place to be anything we want it to become. So there are alternative viewpoints. I'd like him to be part of that conversation. And I want him, the legal process, if the courts have asked for him to be released, let him be released, hand him over. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a sit down and interrogate the different views. But a whole lot of this Simon Epa and some of this is band of criminals.
No, let me say something, because I don't agree all you said here, Governor Soludo. No, I don't agree. And this handover you're talking about, you cannot hold our leader Mazin Nanikano. Hand you over. You need to explain to us more better about this handover. You're repeating all the time. Or hand you Mazin over to you so that you will be able to cage him down or what? I don't understand. But that will be the story for another day. But the one I'm not 100%, I do not agree with you. You say that Igbo needs Nigeria to survive, that our future lies in the hands of Nigeria. And no, I don't agree on that. Because you say on our tiny place, that means our land is small, we are small. But Soludo, you have traveled all over the world. Igbos are more than 70 million people, right? You see the landmark, right? How about, let's compare some of the landmark in Europe. How about Malta? Malta is just like an estate. And just like an Anambra state, Malta. How about Finland? How many are they? Finland is not up to 7 million people. Finland is not up to 7 million people. Sweden is 9 point something million. How about Norway? How many are they? Then how about Iceland? Iceland is not up to 1 million people. Then how about Israel? Then why are you saying that we need Nigeria to survive? That our future lies in Nigeria? Why? That we need others to survive? A politician will always be a politician. I disagree with you. Yeah, I accepted that having a bigger country, have a lot of advantage. But small country too So should we want to just because we want to have a bigger country and our destiny are being destroyed? Look at Germany. How many are there? Germany. We can still be on our own and excel. Nigeria will excel too. So I disagree with you on this point. That our future lies on Nigeria. No, Oga, ekwere m na nke a biko. Prọfesọ ekwere m asị ka ọ bụ. Ka o wezigbote asị. So because of because we want to have that mindset, that bigger land. The same thing Zeke. The same mind you have now, that what Zeke have that put us into this problem. When Awolowo is telling Zeke, let these people go, allow them to go, that we are not the same. Zeke said no because he was looking at the bigger picture of a big entity you want to control. Oga, even though that we are we want to be on our own. We want to control our destiny. I will be winding down now. If you're here watching me, you're on YouTube, please share the program. You have some question, bring in your question because we'll be winding down now. It's very important. Okay, let's listen to Simon Ekpa
took
case
over
before we go.
and turn the thing into a killing spree. Just kill people with reckless abandon.
It took me 10 years to learn this, but I'll teach you in 5 minutes. I don't know how you found this page, but trust me.
Just kill people with reckless abandon. And some of us are just not it. So, release of Nnamdi Kanu for me is different from the issue of security. I separate the two. I don't link the two. Nnamdi Kanu for me is for us to have this conversation about a long-term future of Igbos, and that's a different conversation. For the criminals who are kidnappers, we've given them olive branch. Come out, we train you, we empower you, we rehabilitate you. If you don't, we'll take you out.
So, Mr. Governor, I take it then that you also make a distinction between the course that Nnamdi Kanu was pursuing and the one that Simon Ekpa is pursuing.
I don't know what Simon Ekpa is pursuing. I have no idea what it is about because I have no idea if he's pursuing any cause other than to swindle people for money. And, it's become a business because people all over the world contribute money for them. And they become super rich. So I don't know what he's pursuing.
Mr. Governor, I want to take you back to these big projects that you have, these smart cities that you are trying to create. And I know that critical to the execution of these projects is money. The question is, where will you find?
So you can hear what Soludo said. Soludo has differentiated Maazị Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Soludo said that what Maazị Nnamdi Kanu is doing, what he's fighting for, is justice. It's legal. There's legality in what Maazị Nnamdi Kanu is doing. And when it comes to Simon Ekpa, he say he don't know what that young man is fighting for. So for those who is trying to ask me, tell me the difference between Onyendu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, Oga, the difference is much. The difference is much. If what that young man is doing, how come that no single one person have said anything in favor of him? No single one politician, one prominent man in Igbo land have said anything good about him. But how about the case of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu? Look at them, the governors, the senators, the House of Rep. the church leaders, the traditional rulers, the celebrities, all walk of life, the UN, organization, international organization, EU, they have asked for this of Mazin Nnamdi because these people, they have more information than me and you. Not to be on just, not to just mepe phone go, they want adult phone in I have. And you want to data. Or you go and attack a mapota. But the fact is that I need Puchi and Fimaka, Ukwalu Yoda. Like I said to Simon Ekpa, no man become great through imitation. Mazin Nnamdi was born for this. Simon Ekpa have tried everything. No wonder when you say, leave Simon Ekpa alone. Go and check that memo. Onyendu authorized December 2022, 16 December 2022. Onyendu said it is forbidden for the US to intervene in the US. Onyendu said the US should not intervene in Samuel, but leave him alone. Lapia, today I didn't have the results. But these people turned the issue upside down. Onyendu said, go and listen on a map. But today, what is happening in scam today? Today, Ngozi Alabeze, gịnị ka ọ na-eme today? Today, Ogochukwu Ngele, gịnị ka ọ na-eme today? I can't see why you have one. I can't see why you have one. What goes around always comes around. Some of these autopilots, some of them, I decided to just ban them on for them when shame. They are not coming up now again, no. We are going to stop here, and tomorrow we are coming live again on the program on Madam Uchenna Udeze, aka I don't know. Ifele Mayor at her age 72, she is still lying. At age of 72, I don't know who is still lying. At age of 72, I don't know who is still blackmailing her fellow gender. At age of 72, I don't know when we can go that Madam Nene sees the money. If you made that woman, so for IPOB in America, please make sure that flyer get to him. She lives in California. And all the possible, we put a phone call across. The last program she came, she didn't talk about her grandfather because that her grandfather Melaro. She did not even talk about her grandfather anymore because she wanted to tell us that her grandfather were Warrant Chief. We were Warrant Chief Melaro. And now we know actually the family of Nachilo know just Wolanya go Gadia Kema Kif Kiwes Agadia. Family of Nachilo know. Go and check Kiwes Agadia. How many of them can the family do okay? Don't come and brag no Warrant Chief. These are irrelevant to us. Irrelevant to us. Tomorrow, I think 9 o'clock Biafra time. Madam Uchenna Udeze, aka I don't know. Ọ maazị ezumezu na-ekwu nwa ekwensu. Ihe anyị na-ekwu bụ eziokwu Chineke. For those of you that were told not to share my program, not to come to listen, why are you now? Why are you here? Can you learn about today? For those of you all hiding, you are ashamed of yourself to come up. A day will come. Look at what is going on in autopilot. Go and check what I told one is searching at France. Chika Melike. Even in them go me tata. If not, what is about to happen? And it's coming. More is coming on her, but tomorrow. Even call for Wobele, nke ya Abia now, boss. That same people na GIK will pull her down. Now she thinks she have upper hand now. No, ban. They are cooking for her. One year, now Maazị Smith now, those their people, they are cooking for her. And all you have to be one of the fake prophets, Obinna, humble lion, no talking. See, I can make the so queer. No, I have a lot of program on my table, and it's not important. Because the next program I will tell Biafrans how it started. That guy is flawed. And I will end his religious criminality on our people. Today, I end the go to his page. Lion. Ghana na page ya kunje check here. When last go do again. Na mmụọ gwara ya. When last go do na mmụọ gwara ya. I'm going to say Maazị Ezumezu nwa ekwensu end your criminality in this blow up. And then mere on the non done. The same way I will end this academy worms. China Sanwo and Dotia. See what Timbodumbo. Utezoku Chineke. Yeman can make a woman now. Because I Jizuku weapon at this struggle. I Jizuku Chineke weapon at this struggle. Tina our time. Tina our little money I work with. Tina everything now. Everything. Nwe gwam. Nwanne ka ọ dị na echi. Onye anyị fụtara ka anyị fụ echi ndụ nka nka. Ọ na ewu a traditionalist. Ị na-aga ọfọ na-agụgụ onye maazị na nkara n'ọfọ. Ewuru onye ụka, ị na-ekpe ekpere, ị na-ekpe sam. Ma gịnị? Tinye ya n'ekpere. Nke ọ bụla ị na-eme, tinye maazị na nkara dị ya. He's the only man tested and trusted. Onye nzọpụta oyiwe ọ bụ. Onye nzọpụta ka ọ bụ. Asụmudo doro unu. Onye anyị fụtata ka anyị fụ echi. Ndụ nka nka.
In the heart of Biafra's land, where courage blooms, Mazinamdi Kanu stands, defying darkened tombs. A beacon of hope, a voice soon yielding. He fights for justice, freedom, heart's true healing. Mazi Esume Kwensu, your spirit go blaze, guiding your people through the tumultuous mazes. From prison walls you sing defiance and truth, a symphony of liberation, unwavering in you. Freedom, freedom, let it echo across the hills. blind to your plight. Yet your flame burns brighter, igniting the fight. Behind prison bars you weave tales of courage, a tapestry of resistance woven without rage. Your words pierce the silence like sunbeams through rain, calling for freedom's dawn, breaking every chain.